What's good, everybody? It's Chase, and today we're going to be talking about formations. I'm going to throw some extra alpha in there. I know plenty of people have made plenty of videos and guides on these, but I think I'll bring something to the table that most of those other videos don't. Just at the top here, I'd like to give a quick shout out to everyone who's been watching these videos, and also a quick shout out to PrimeXBT for sponsoring these videos. Sign up, promo code ChaseNL before you deposit. 1 BTC turns into 1.5 BTC. We're going to try to go quick in this video because I literally just recorded it and it took about 45 minutes. So I want to make sure we get through this video, and yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so the goal with these formations is to get you guys some successful trades out of them. We're going to talk about what environment these will be successful in, how we utilize stop placement with them, what percentile they typically break at, what touch they typically break at. Like I said, hopefully some deeper things that you haven't seen before, and it should help out. Outside of that, before the video occurred, because I know what people may say, that, oh well, you could just cherry pick these formations where they worked out perfectly. I made sure to spend no more than 10 minutes looking for any of these formations. Okay, so I found all the examples I could within 10 minutes, and that's what I went with. Okay, so first off, these are our bullish formations: ascending triangle, falling wedge. This is our continuation. Which basically, whichever way we're going, whichever way the trend is, continuation. These are our bearish formations, the descending triangle, and the rising wedge. Now, the rising wedge hardly ever works. Everyone knows it. It goes like this. It's supposed to break down, but it doesn't. It moons. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to get rid of the rising wedge right off the bat because it's extremely low hit rate in crypto. Crypto is naturally bullish, and that is also why the descending triangle breaks bullish a lot. We'll still look at an example of one, but typically for formations, what we want is we want bullish formations, or we want continuation formations out of a bullish trend. Okay, so what's a bullish trend? Basically what we just got on Bitcoin the other day, a nice big move, okay, puts in a blow off top usually or something like that. It comes down. We want to use the consolidation to do formations. We don't use the impulse move, okay? We use the consolidation. Excuse me. So how do we look at this? Well, first it comes up, right? It does a blow off top. It comes in, touches. Now, a lot of people say, oh yeah, look, we got a trend line here. We got a trend line here. No, you don't. Because look, if it came down here, now all of a sudden your trend line's down here. Okay, so you don't build the trend line yet. You need at least 3 touches. 1 touch down here, 1 touch here, 2 touches, 2 touches. We're putting in equal highs. Now we can become somewhat confident that this is going to be the upper resistance right here. Once we get this 3rd touch, now we have confirmed the trend line, okay? Because this is sort of where we thought it might be, but once this 3rd one comes in, now we have the confluence. Okay, we come back up, we touch, that's our 3rd, touch again, and here's our 4th. That's typically where you get your breakout. You typically get your breakout on the 4th touch. Also, confluence with that will be the 70th percentile of the move. Okay, we'll take our little ruler here. We'll check the whole thing, about 56 bars. So somewhere around 39 or 38 or something like that. That's going to be about your 70th percentile. So you want to align the 4th touch with that 70th percentile. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, goes out. So let's take a real example of this. We'll go over here. We'll look at an ascending triangle I already have set up. All right, so we can see, what are we in here? We're in a very bullish trend. That's where you look for these. That's where they work, because in other situations, they don't work. Trust me, I've been trading them for 3.5 years. I know when they work and when they don't. Okay, so comes in, sort of the start of it, right? But then obviously we could see resistance here, resistance here, resistance here. And now our trend line, right? Taps here. So now we might start to think, okay, there might be a trend line here. Can we get some confluence on it? Boom, there's our confluence. We get our 3rd tap. So now we know that this trend line's legit. We know that this upper resistance line is legit because we can see all the resistance here, here. And what do we have here? The beginning. This is sort of the beginning, but 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touches, 4 touches. So typically by the 4th or 5th touch, that's when you get your breakout. How do you play these? Where do you put your stops? Well, oftentimes people will probably know that you're getting an ascending triangle, okay, and you get a break, and it comes back in and it stops you out. Oh, and then it goes. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to make sure that your stop is always below this most recent higher low. Okay, that's the key. So let's look over here. We can see. Let's pretend that, you know, if we went down to a lower time frame, I can't tell, but let's pretend that this wick, right? This wick sent us back in. So even if we played the breakout here, you know, if we hopped in and then it wicked back down real quick, we're good because we're below, stop is below this recent higher low here. So how we set it up, we wait for that 5-minute breakout. Okay, so we got a 5-minute breakout here. We long it, stop below the most recent higher low. And I mean, if you were looking to the left on Ethereum and you figured out where the resistance was going to be, boom, you got 10R. I mean, obviously we're going a little overboard there, right? But you could see how it could work and how you can get a lot of value out of these formations. Let's go right into the next one. Go right into the falling wedge. Okay, so falling wedge is going to be a little less likely. You're going to see these less often, I feel like, than continuation pennants or ascending triangles, but we'll go over it anyway. Once again, you're probably in some type of a strong macro move and you get a retracement. You hit 1 1 2 2 3, boom. Now we know that this trend line's legit. Okay, trend line's legit. 3, trend line's legit. We know it's legit. Okay, so we want to make sure that we know these are legit. There's a lot of people out there that just draw trend lines, but the trend lines don't mean anything because it could just simply change. If the candles go lower, what, you're going to move your trend line lower? You have to let the trend line confirm first. Okay, so 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch, come back down, test it again. 4th touch, boom, there's the breakout. How do we play it? We play the breakout, stop below this lower low right here, you know, of the lowest low, lower low, lower low, lower low, put the stop below this most recent low, and we play the breakout. Okay, let's go take a look over here. This was a very quick one, a very tight one, and we can see that as the trend grows stronger and it gets more and more aggressive, the formations are shorter and shorter and shorter. Okay, long pennant, decently, you know, somewhat long, you know, not compared to this, but longer than this. Ascending triangle, and then a super short falling wedge that absolutely moons. Okay, and so you can see the reaction gets stronger and the formations typically get shorter. Okay, so let's take a look in here. It would be really, now we're on the 30-minute, it would really be nice to break down further here, but if I go down to like the 5-minute or something, I can't even really get back to this data. I really wanted to show you guys how these things work in a bullish, strong bullish trend. Like if Bitcoin starts just mooning, right, and we're in like the 14K territory or something, look out for these. They're gonna happen. You're gonna get just like, it's just gonna huge moon on the 5-minute. It's just gonna make ascending triangle with equal resistance here, and it's just gonna moon on the 4th touch over and over again. It happens. Okay, so trend line, trend line, trend line. We have confirmation right there on the 3rd touch, even though we have a bit of an anomaly down there, but we would watch that close. Okay, 4th touch, like I talked about. So this is our trend line. It's fully confirmed by this 3rd touch here. 1 touch, 2 touch. I'm sure if you were on the lower time frame, you'd see some more, but we're around the 3rd touch. Okay, we play it just how I showed you on this page. Okay, see how I have it? Let's go over here. Play the breakout below the most recent low. Boom, you're pulling probably 15R or something, 12R. There you go, 15R if you knew the perfect level. Of course, you know, like I said, and nothing's ever going to be perfect, but just showing you the potential. That's all we're doing here, is showing potential. All right, continuation pattern is next. Let's get into that. Delete all these lines. Continuation pattern. We're coming up from a strong macro move. We start building this pennant. What are we looking for? We're looking for 1 touch, 1 touch, 2 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch, 3 touch. Trend line's confirmed here. Trend line confirmed here. We're looking for the break. Comes up for the 4th touch, typically around the 70th percentile mark as well. You'll measure the whole formation, and then you'll take that number and you'll go times 0.7. There's your confluence right there, 0.7, 4th touch, boom, it's gonna move. Okay, and I urge you to, you know, look at all of these formations, and I bet you that a lot of them are somewhere between 65 and 80%. That's the sweet spot, 65 to 80. Over 80, no good. If you're over 80, typically what you're gonna get is you're gonna have like a pennant, right? And it might have a little fizzle, and then it does nothing. Okay, you need that coiling power that comes from the earlier consolidation to really get a nice break. You could see how this breaks with plenty of room. You could see how if you extend these lines, if you extend these lines, you break with a decent amount of room. You break with a decent amount of room, okay? That's important. If it doesn't have a lot of room at the end to break, you know, this is probably like a 68 or something if I had to guess. I'm not going to do the numbers, but okay, let's get into it. So we come from an uptrend, like I said, the uptrend pauses, put in sort of a high and a low here, start consolidating, one touch here, you know, a bit of an anomaly here, right? But if you were looking at it, you could say one touch, two touch, you know, whole big three touch here, just big area, working on the resistance, bunch of taps on the bottom, tons of confluence for this trend line. And, you know, whether you consider this the fourth touch or the fifth touch, it's probably right around the 70th percentile. Like I told you, that'd be two forms of confluence. And once again, we're going to play the breakout. So let's get in there close. We're going to play the breakout. Candle closes outside the formation. We long it. Candle closes right here. We long it. Stop below the most recent low. There you go. Where are you playing it to? Play it to however high you want. Now, of course, you know, if we really wanted to look left on Ethereum, we could find some levels to match it with, but that's not really the point of this video. Okay, so now we did all the bullish things during a strong bullish trend right here. You could see all of them. Okay, strong bullish trend we got here. Just candles are going up and up and up, and then we have a pennant, an ascending triangle, and a falling wedge, all back to back to back. I mean, I remember playing at least one of these. I think I played the ascending triangle and held it up a bit. Okay. So now we go back here and we go to a bearish formation. So obviously, if we're looking for bearish formation, we want to be in a strong bear trend. We should be coming down, start consolidating. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Okay, now we're confirmed. We touch again. We break down. We want to enter on the breakdown. We don't want to enter on a wick or anything like that. The candle needs to be closed. Okay, so the candle closes here, right? We get in, the candle close. Stop above this lower high here, targeting low. Okay, let's see if I have, I have an example on one of these pages. Okay. All right, so here we have the example of the descending triangle. We could see one touch, two touch, three touch, fourth touch here, obviously with an anomaly. Now, we wouldn't have gotten stopped out by that. I'll show you why. We can see here, this is our level of confluence for the bottom of the descending triangle. One touch, two touch, three touch, fourth touch, but we don't get a candle close. Okay, there's no close. Where's the close? Oh, the close is here. Okay. And there's no, thing that sends us back and gets us stopped out or anything. We're not entering before this candle close. Okay. Candle closes. Now in this one, you're pressed to get a stop because you're decently far out, and you can't put your stop above here because you wouldn't have enough risk reward. So putting your stop here, you're most likely going to get stopped out on a lot of these. So I'd probably just have my stop like here. At best case scenario, you could have put it at, the old support here. You would have got about 2R. Okay, so not the best, but like I said, formations on bearish things just don't work very well. They are okay, they are usable, but it's not the optimal goal. And once again, we could see another ascending triangle right here. Boom, one. Just tighten this up a little bit. A little deviation there on the bottom, but one touch, two touch, three touch, four touch, breakout, boom, ascending triangle. These things work, okay? Now, obviously, this is in a downtrend, but this is still clean. You can see the taps against the resistance, and we all know that the more you tap a resistance level, the weaker it gets, the more likely it is to break and go in that direction. Okay. Is there anything we didn't cover? No, everything's good. I was going to also talk about range trading, but I think we'll do that next week so I can go more in depth, because if I wanted to do some more alpha into range trades and whatnot, it's going to be another 10 or 15 minutes, and these videos are supposed to be about 10 to 15 minutes long, and we're probably getting about there. Okay, so hopefully all that's helpful. We went over how to do ascending triangle, we went over falling wedge, we went over pennant. we went over descending triangle, we went over what environment to use them in, the percentile we should be looking for, what touch we should be looking for, how to set up the stops, and last but not least, how do we enter the trade, because that's extremely important. So just use a quick example here. How do we enter this trade? Well, we would long the breakout from here at 322. I want to show you how quickly this can be done. 322, and our stop would be below this low at 315.2. Okay, so I'm ready, right? Boom, I'm in. Whoops, I already had that set, but I don't want it set. Okay, so here's the breakout, right? Boom, we go over, buy. We're buy market, their stop, 315.2. And I even have my microphone in front of the keyboard so I can't type well. And boom, you're in just like that. Send, confirm. So you're in within 5 seconds, you know, once you get used to it. Very easy to hop over and submit it market, and especially on Prime, you don't get charged extra for your market order. So that's a really awesome feature of the platform and works really good with these breakout type formation scenarios. Another thing to note is their tutorial thing up here. You know, if you need any guidance or anything on how to use the platform, I mean, obviously refer to my videos or their tutorials. I've done probably 3 or 4 videos on the Prime platform now. We've basically covered the whole thing. You know, everything from order types to all the, you know, the things you're seeing up here from your balance, equity, margin, etc. Covered all that. If you need additional help, you can open a chat, and these guys are basically on 24/7. I've opened up a few chats now, and I get a response within 5 minutes just about every single time. Yeah, so I think that's everything. As always, thank you for everyone who watches these videos. Shout out to PrimeXBT for allowing me to create these videos. And make sure you sign up with my link, something/ChaseNL. I'll put it at the bottom. Promo code ChaseNL. You deposit 1 Bitcoin, you're going to get 1.5 in your account. With 1.5 Bitcoins, you could trade a ton of pennants if your risk is right. If you need some, you need any advice or anything on risk management and whatnot, check out last week's video. I did a full coverage on risk management and how a new trader can set them up for longer term success. All right. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye.